What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. The Eagles go 2-0, and yeah, it's just preseason, but there's always going to be people looking for something to complain about. So, they can't complain about that. Getting the W. And look, we saw some things that we talked about this week before the game tonight. Things we wanted to see. Some of these players we wanted to talk about. And, Tanner McKee taking that quarterback 2 job. I think that definitely looked like that should be the case. And I know you traded for Kenny Pickett, but who gives a damn? And regardless, let's just hope, Jalen Hurts has that MVP season we're talking about, stays healthy, and we don't have to worry about this. But regardless, I think that is something intriguing that we saw tonight. So we're going to talk about all that stuff that we saw as quickly as we possibly can. I have to get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll have more of an extensive breakdown. We'll talk about some things. But I appreciate all of you tuning in here. Appreciate you hitting the like button, sharing this stuff, subscribing, all the stuff you're doing to support it. Tuning into a preseason postgame show. Let's go. You guys are true sickos, and I love each and every one of you. Let's go. 16-7 in my opinion, no doubt. Yeah, Tanner continues to look good. We talked about if he could play with the second team, what would he look like? And well, they didn't want to do that again, so it is what it is. But yeah, man, Dean looked good. We talked about a lot of these guys that really need to step up. Trotter Jr., Smith Jr. I don't know if you mean Smith or Trotter Jr., but yeah, I'm pumped up about it. Go Birds. Appreciate you tuning in. Booker continues to show out, trying to make this team, but maybe practice squad hopeful if someone doesn't pick him up. But yeah, we talk about that defense. You're not even seeing the full fledge of what's going to be this defense, and I think people are sleeping on the wrong ones, and that's okay. So Minnesota, I hardly doubt anybody wants him after what we just saw there. But look, the kid continues to develop, and that's something we discussed before this game, and I think that to me, it's pretty clear that he should be QB2, but regardless, Jalen Hurts is QB1. Talked about these running backs. Shipley will be 3 behind Gainwell. I'm excited about Shipley still. You guys know I wanted him in this draft, so love the kid. Now, Johnny Wilson in concussion protocol, so he did not play. Nia Smith getting that 2-point conversion at the end, a decent return. Look, he's going to make this squad because we talked about he needs a little time to develop, but excited about Nia Smith. Campbell needs to get healthy. Covey, continue developing. I know a lot of people want to add to wide receiver, and maybe they'll do that. Still got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, wide receiver 3 by committee. Maybe the approach, or maybe they go grab someone. Now at tight end, we talked about E.J. Jenkins taking C.J. Uzoma's job, and I think that might just happen. I think it could be Calcaterra and Jenkins behind Goddard, but he needs to continue to show out. Rodgers still getting acclimated. Didn't see anything there, and Becton has that right guard job locked up. Looks like Steen, maybe they stash him on IR. That could open up a spot. And I'll give you my projected 53 tomorrow after this game. Obviously, want to change some things, but not too much. So, Dylan McMahon, Darian Kennard, Donkwa, Toth. We talked about, who wants to be these depth pieces. And Kennard continues to show with his versatility. He can help out McMahon interior-wise. Same with Keegan. And, Toth has versatility. Donkwa, I love his upside, but not sure those guys can make it. But continuous battles here. And then on defense, we talked about it. Interior D-line guys. I think Ajomo to a Beloto could be the guys, but Hall, Booker want to make the job. Mustafa was out there. Jalix Hunt continues to show, people why I wanted him in this damn draft, because the media might keep saying, nobody knows who he is. Oh, my God, they're sleeping. Like, dude, we knew exactly who he was, and we were pumped to get him. So you guys know, you sickos that are tuning in, excitement about this edge room we have, and Nolan Smith, Patrick Johnson, I think they both make the squad as well and add to this rotation with Brandon Graham, and that is behind Sweat and Huff. And Huff looked good, had some tackles there before he went out. I thought the dude continues to show, hey, keep sleeping on this team. That's fine. This rotation is going to dominate. Dean proving he should be the starter over Bond. Allow this defense to use, Bond as that versatile chess piece as an edge and off-ball guy. You got Van Sumer in there. He wants to make it, and linebacker depth, special teams help. So I like the kid. Mitchell, he's going to be one of those starters. Ringo had his ups and downs tonight, but he's still part of the future plan. Ricks, Hall, Joe, we need to look at Stevens, McPherson. We need to see who wants to make this squad, dude. Who wants to be special teams help? But look, a lot of questions to be asked, and I still kind of feel a certain way, and you'll see my 53 tomorrow. But the safeties, Maddox, Bradbury, is that like what you feel comfortable with? You got McCollum, Sam here, Garner's here, but look, man, Justin Simmons signs with the Falcons earlier. We talked about that earlier today, and if they want to trade for somebody gets waived. There's so many things that happen. So, look, regardless, I don't care. We talked about this. If we don't get them, I told you, I'm not going to be one of those fans that whines about it. I could care less. I think this team knows what they need to focus on, and if they need to add, if Sidney Brown's not ready, they will do that. So stay patient, stay positive. We got the win. That's all we could ask for here to learn about things. Try to stay healthy. Steen getting banged up, not great, but go Birds. Mario, appreciate you tuning in. E-Money, Nina in here. Let's go. We got a little party brewing in here. Love you sickos tuning in for a post-game preseason game. That's awesome. I love each and every one of you. And, I'm not sure if Bradbury makes it. And Tiffany had asked me earlier about Green Goblin. Wouldn't mind kicking the tires on him, bringing him back, seeing what he could do. There's, other guys you could trade for. We talked about that. We will do a little show talking about that this week. Nolan Smith did get a nice little sack there, and can't wait to see this edge rotation this year. Football being back is always great because anything Eagles, man, gets me pumped up, and no doubt. And, yes, he signed with the Falcons. Feel bad. Yeah, you never want to see that. That sucks. Yeah, man, you can see why. We talked about him before this draft, and the fact that he was a former safety, somebody that I thought ball skills, I think he was a wide receiver in high school, we talked about. And, the kid just has the athleticism, the ball skills to go out and be part of, the Vic Fangio defense. A perfect fit, perfect size. You heard people, he's undersized, you can't do that. It's like, no, dude, wrong. But they're starting to see now, man, this dude is no joke. So they'll find out, bro. I've been, dude, last night was talking shit to me because I was trying to tell him about Huff and Hunt. And hey, keep sleeping. Look forward to them all jumping on board soon enough. I promise you that will happen. And yeah, man, obviously that was my number one free agent out here when we talked about that this offseason. And, people, he was a backup. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's horrible to get 10 plus sacks while you're a backup. Just imagine what he can do as a starter. Well, he can't stop the run. Well, you really didn't get to see that much. So how do you know? Well, I just want to be pissed off. And it's like, all right, dude. Well, no doubt. So they're going to find out soon enough. And I'm pumped, but Green Goblin, no doubt. Go Birds. I enjoyed it as well. I had a great night. I'm pumped up and a little worried. That sucks, bro, because I am definitely ecstatic. I think we can break some records again this year. Very pumped to see Vic Fangio with how deep we are and with how talented. It's hilarious. And we talked about that on the show yesterday. I was making fun of, the media saying that stuff, how we desperately need to do this and that. And I try to show them, like, look, man, I don't know if you know who any of these players are, but they're in for a rude awakening. Interior, they talk about Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, strap on him. Talk about the edge. Yeah, Sweat and Huff with the rotation of Nolan Smith, Jalen Hunt, Brandon Graham being back, and then Patrick Johnson showing he can not only help you on the edge, he can play off ball, he can help you on special teams. So I'm pumped up. Hennessy, no, I talked about this last week. They just don't like him. I don't think he played well. Didn't do good at center, not doing great at guard. And I think that for me, he, Sharping, Gates, they're not making this team. And you'll see my 53 tomorrow. I told you that before. I still don't think they're making it. A lot of these younger guys and, someone like Kennard who can do some things. I think Toth is still competing, but I don't know that he makes it. We'll talk about all that. And you guys know I have that depth chart, and this is the one with the injuries from practice. So Campbell was limited, Calcaterra, Alberto. That's why you didn't see these guys. They were out at practice. So for me, that quarterback position can be changed. I would not mind that, but I think Shipley's your 3. I don't think you keep more than 4, but I'll show you guys what I have. And I still feel pretty much the same as what I've been talking about here on this offensive side of the ball. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I still kind of feel the same here too. I think you could keep 6 edge rushers here with Patrick Johnson, but you could keep 5 linebackers. I think there's a lot of possibilities here. You're very deep with the corners, and you've got some questions at safety. So if Stern gets healthy and Brown gets healthy and they like them behind Gardner Johnson and Blankenship, maybe I feel, differently. But, McCollum, I do like the kid. Can he make it? Can Maddox and Bradbury show that their versatility is needed? You saw the interception from Maddox. I've talked about this. I think Maddox can make the team, and it's Bradbury that should be gone. But a lot to discuss here next week. And look, 22 days away, and this day's almost done. 3 weeks away. Let's effing go. But you can see the returners and everything going on there, and had some other guys, back-end guys, giving it a shot tonight. So, look, man, I'm excited about this team regardless. Nobody's going to break that. Preseason, you're figuring out your backups. You saw, they're so excited that their first team offense and defense, couldn't do anything to our backups. Like, all right, dude, no doubt. I'm excited about the fact that this, even these depth pieces are going out here and doing what they can, to prove they want to make this team. And that's all you can ask for at this time. It's a glorified practice. It's just preseason. But I'm pumped up, man. I'm really, really pumped up. And what other injuries are you talking about there? I'm just excited that this team, you had a few little bumps and bruises. Guys got back up, though. And we'll find out some of those other minor injuries. But I think overall, I guess looking at it from years where I've seen people going down, you get minor injuries. These things happen in almost every game, whether it's preseason, regular season. But we'll find out severity of some of these things. We talked about this. I think Steen, maybe he goes on IR because he's going to lose that job anyway. So we'll see. But as I just said there with wide receiver 3, if it's by committee, if you don't feel comfortable there, then, you go trade for somebody, sign somebody that gets waived that, you liked in the draft that didn't make a team, or there's a veteran that got cut because they kept young guys, whatever it is. But Paris Campbell comes back and helps out. You have a committee there of Covey, and I'd prefer someone that could be interchangeable, play inside and outside. So therefore you could do the same with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. But, again, this isn't Madden for me, so I understand. You don't have to have an all-pro, but, dude, if you want to load up, and look, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts has some weapons at his disposal now. So I don't think I'm like the media, freaking out. The Eagles have to go get help. And, yeah, I think that I like what we have. Johnny Wilson and Isaiah Smith, hopeful for the future. Yeah, maybe right away you don't want to rely on them, but you don't always have to have 3 wide receiver sets out there. You can pound the rock. You can do things with Jalen Hurts. You don't have to be like other teams. You can run that 12, 13 personnel, but you have to be comfortable with your tight end. So that's why we talk about, should we add another tight end before we add a wide receiver, or maybe add both. So we'll see what they figure out here in practice in the next preseason game. And, well, they've got a few weeks to figure it out. So right after that preseason game, we'll have cutdowns next week, man. So we'll be talking about all that. And, yeah, Maddox had a great play. We talked about that. His versatility, I think, makes him make this squad. He can still play nickel corner. He can help at safety. Bradbury, you don't really want a corner anymore, and not looking great for him playing safety. So it is what it is. But and yeah, that's what I mean by looking for a trade there. And if somebody's waiving somebody, that's that's always a possibility with Howie, as we've been continuously saying here. We have $25 million in cap space. If we want to add somebody, we want to do whatever we did. We can do whatever we want. So and I still got us jotted down. Super Bowl win coming. So and yeah, man, I think EJ Jenkins, when we got him last year, I talked about, his receiving ability, being that F-type kind of guy and, working on the blocking, doing things. I think he could be part of this organization. We talked about this offseason, how well he's looked, and, well, he's proven that Uzomah has not looked good to me. So he could definitely make this roster over Uzomah. So that's how I feel, and I liked what I saw tonight. So, and yeah, you never want to see that. Always want to stay healthy. But, guys, that's all I've got for you. You have any questions you want to get in, you want me to answer for tomorrow's show or whatever it may be, get them down below. Appreciate you all taking the time. I got to get up super early. Still got some things to do before bed. So I love each and every one of you. If you need anything, it doesn't have to be about the birds. Feel free to reach out. Always here for you guys on any of these platforms, or you can comment and tell me to answer you on some platform, whatever it may be. But I love each and every one of you. Have yourselves a great night. Tomorrow is Friday, baby. So let's go. We're going to be doing a recap of the game, talking about stock up, stock down, all kinds of stuff like that. So it won't be a Fan Friday, but you will get your Fan Friday as a Sicko Saturday. So we'll have the live show Q&A where you guys get to come up with everything. You channel members will get a chance there. And I think, tomorrow I just want to do the recap, things like that after work. And we'll see how she goes, but I'm going to try to do it at a decent time here. But hopefully you're all ready for the weekend. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to rock and roll here. But a victory indeed. 2-0 in the preseason. Ready to get through. 22 days away, baby. And we will be Friday night talking about Eagles football. I can't wait, man. And I appreciate you, Mario, each and every one of you. So have yourselves a great night. All I've got for you. But if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. Share it out there to the world. Let them know where they can find some true sickos. But I love you guys. Have yourselves a great night. Until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!